So it's the 28th of January and I'm in my hotel room, London Heathrow. At the ending, almost, of an adventure of 1 year, joining the Speakers Academy. I've learned so much. It was just such a strong feeling that I had to be here. I'd been going through huge changes in my life. I've been coaching for 15 years, giving therapy to people with blocks and pains and fears as a hypnotherapist. And I grew a very successful business, especially after writing that bestseller. I coached, I was teaching, and later on I started going online, selling my programs and making more and more programs. Slowly but certainly it was starting to burn me out because I found myself in a position, although successful, I was working very hard for it and it was never enough. So then I changed my business model because I had two light seizures. You say it like that? Small attacks in the head. Couldn't speak for a while. A short while, but still, it scared the heck out of me. So I was already considering I have to change something. And while trying to fight and get my health back, and I didn't succeed in that at all because I only gave myself very much stress. And now I know, because fighting never works. Fighting for anything, it never works. I did change my business model to a membership model, and it gave me a lot more rest and calmness. But still there were more life events for me to make me realize that I was sleeping. I have been trying and working hard to help women overcome their perfectionism and fear of failure. But you know what, I actually have to admit that I did not succeed, although I was successful. Because deep down, every human being that has not realized who he or she really is, this is self-realization with a capital S, every human being who has not done that and not reached that point is still in a position of lack, is still susceptible to following systems, to enslaving him or herself to those systems and giving up their own sovereignty or not remembering how sovereign they really are actually. And from this feeling of lack, from this feeling of not being good enough, people do the craziest shit. I've been doing really crazy stuff too, in that search for my wholeness. Something was missing. And I thought I could find it in success. And I thought I could find it in love outside of me. But although I had the best husband at the time, I had to wake up to the fact that I had to do some deep diving, some radical self-reflection. And it was not until then, at the time of our divorce and the period after that, when I had to to merge with all the feelings I had to experience, not run away from them, not suppress them, but allow them, lovingly accept them. It was not until then that I discovered I had been living a lie for my whole life. The lie that I wasn't good enough. And it doesn't matter how much you do and how much success you accomplish. It's never enough to feel that whole. So now I'm here today, the day that a lot of people, other participants, are nervous for. Lots of them have probably not been sleeping very well because the stress levels are high, because we have to perform. We have to be the best version today. But I'm not participating. Because for me, what I learned is that life is about love and joy, and not about striving and competition. Because the winner has the feeling that he or she is better than the rest, and the rest is left behind with that feeling, I'm not good enough yet. And so they become a better version of themselves. But they're trapped in that loop. As long as you are afraid of feeling the feelings that you are not good enough, shining a light on that, as long as you don't do that, you keep on improving yourself. And you can make big money out of that, and you can become very successful. But picture yourself in 5 or 10 years, living the dream life and still wondering, something is missing. Is that what you want? Is that what you're going to sacrifice your health and your family and your relationships for? To find out in a few years that it hasn't brought you what you were actually looking for? So, I'm very grateful for the whole journey and everything I've learned. I had to be here, but I also had to learn that I, just as much as everybody, was born to stand out, but not by following the methods and rules of somebody else. Because when I become quiet, and when I connect myself to my feelings, I feel what my method is. I feel what my way is. And it's exciting and sometimes really scary, because you have to walk your own path and you don't know what it's going to bring you. And this is what I believe is trusting life and surrendering to life, surrendering to God. You didn't make yourself. And what does it mean? I'm gonna make it. You don't have to make anything. You already are. And I think when you remember that, that's all you need. I don't want to convince people. I just want to live life my way. I want to live inspired, and by sharing that inspiration, it may touch other people. And there may be some of them that are wondering, hey, how can I experience what you are experiencing? And I know how. And it's not just a course, do this in a few weeks and then you are there. It's a journey you have to say yes to. But you know, once you know the crucial steps, you are your own guru, you are your own inner coach, and you can proceed that path by yourself, with yourself. self. Because you know what? You've never been alone. You've always been seen and heard and loved and accepted and forgiven. And once you remember that, and once you feel that, you'll be shining like crazy, like a lighthouse. And if you want to know how to make that shift to shine, you'll find a way to maybe contact me. Or maybe go directly inside and find the answers there. Thank you for watching. Lots of love.